rest of those two, but check.
Yep. Tap, top.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check. Yeah.
Sweet. So I guess you can just mute there at the
Yeah,
top, right?
yeah. And occasionally. It's a real fast.
5.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Simmons Sports Center for tonight's home opener for the two-time defending provincial champions of under 16 AAA hockey action, the Eastern Dukes. Let's meet this year's team who will be set to start their three-peat season. On defense, number 3, Quinn McDonald. On defense, number 4, Ty Murnion. On defense, number 5, Kipton Elward. At forward, number 7, Cohen Godkin. At forward, number 8, Mason English. At forward, number 9, Nash Langell. At forward, number 10, Sam Dunn. At forward, number 14, Campbell Dunn. On defense, number 15, William Henry. At forward, number 16, Cash Fisher. At forward, number 18, Quincy McLennan. At forward, number 21, Jackson Gardner. At forward, number 23, Dion Broussard. In goal, number 29, Felix Hatton. In goal, number 31, Mason McCausland. And your returning Dukes on defense, assistant captain, number 11, Jackson Bowering. At forward, assistant captain, number 12, Connor Arsenault. At forward, assistant captain, number 17, Blake Hartman. On defense, number 20, assistant captain, Aiden Green. And last but certainly not least, carrying last year's championship trophy and banner, please welcome your captain, number 6, Colin McCormick. Head coach for the Eastern Dukes is Will Proud. Assistant coaches Keegan Mitchell and Riley McDougall. Goalie coach Simon Hoffley. Athletic therapist is Jody Green. Assistant general manager is Morgan Rice. And general manager for the Eastern Dukes is Jamie McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, 2025-26 Eastern Dukes. And at this time, we would ask you to stand if you're able, remove your headwear as we have the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go, 2025-26 home opener for your Eastern Dukes. My name is Mark Rooney along with Sean McCormick on camera for High Button Sports. Very, very happy to have you here on this Saturday night from Simmons Sports Center. As the Eastern Dukes look to avenge last weekend's loss in Cape Breton to these visiting Jets. And we're all set to go. Mason McCausland will get the start for the Dukes, and Daniel Levat will tend the twine for the visiting Cape Breton Jets. Very, very happy to be along for season number 3 as your broadcaster for the Eastern Dukes. And of course this season, all teams are partnering with High Button Sports. So delighted to be a part of that organization as well. The Dukes come in with a 3-1 record, and the Cape Breton Jets are 2-2. So both teams looking to advance in the win column. They'll do it all again tomorrow as well. Coda Lewis, he'll move in, scores! A quick release on McCausland. And that will be one that probably Mason would love to have back early on. Lewis with the opener.
55 from 10.
And the helper from Colin McDonald. That's Lewis's 5th point, 4th goal of the season. And just like that, we're underway and the Dukes are down. Jets goal scored by number 55, Coda Lewis. Assist to number 10, Colin McDonald. That's Lewis from McDonald. Time of the goal, 14 seconds. So the Dukes in a little bit of a hole on their home opener. Certainly not what they would have drawn up in the playbook. But here's Murnahan trying to push through. He stopped at the Jets blue line. Picked up by Godkin. Tipped off his stick. It'll be to Langell. Both former U16 attack members there. Godkin and Langell working in behind the Jets goal. Daniel Levat had himself a game last week, outshot 36-13, and came away with a 4-3 win in Sydney. Now the big defender, Henry, makes a move at center. He's got some room to skate. He's got Gardner. He'll work down the right side. Henry looking to set it up. Back to Green. That didn't make it through. Now, Jets are all alone. Here they come again, one-on-one. McCausland with a big save, turned away that important one. That was Crowley. He'll afford to go down 2 goals early. McCausland ready for that one. That was Hudson Crowley who made his way through. Now tipped in front, and a tough pass from McCormick to settle. Quinn McDonald will push that back in as the Dukes make some changes. Close again, the Jets. The puck is picked up and taken out of harm's way. Bowering trying to skate that out. He does so, pushing through the defenseman, Francis McDonald. Mason English will put that right on, and Levat will cover for the Dukes' first work on Levat here early. Jets with a 1-0 lead, and we welcome all those who may be visiting with us virtually, of course, from Cape Breton. A big welcome to the Jets fans and their families and supporters. We welcome you in here to the beautiful new Simmons Sports Center, replacing an aged facility in almost downtown Charlottetown. It's a great new facility, nice and fresh and clean and bright, and we're very happy to be broadcasting your Cape Breton Jets on the road for you. Push back in by Murnahan. Big hit by Hartman in the corner. Now Murnahan with some room to skate. He'll dish it off. Shot by Elward, missed the net wide. Dukes with some pressure, now it's pushed out. Murnahan will settle back to center. Turn in front of his bench. Gentle tap up to McLennan, who pushes that up to English. Now Murnahan joins the rush. His shot whistled wide. And in behind will be Seth Black for the Jets. He'll backhand behind to McDonald. Jets penned in their own zone now in front of their bench. Pushed back in by English. He'll wrap that around. Elward will be the first to it for the Dukes. Murnahan, he'll go side. Elward's going to keep that in and into the glove of Levat. We've played 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Jets with an early 1-0 lead and had a chance to have a second one. Breakaway by Crowley was denied by Mason McCausland, who will be looking for some retribution for last week's loss. Jets chip that into their own bench. We'll get a stoppage of play. So Lewis with his 4th goal of the season, 5th point, and McDonald with his 2nd assist and 5th point to lead the Jets. Right in front, dangerous. It sits on the goal line. Cleared away smartly by the Jets defender. Now Henry's back. That's Crowley, going to be chasing him, putting some pressure on the Dukes defender. And maybe offside. It may have actually bounced into the, based on the placement of the face-off, it may have bounced into the Dukes bench for a stoppage of play. Played 4.5 in the home opener here as Lewis settles in against Godkin for the face-off to the left of Mason McCausland. Dukes will be playing their home games in 2 different arenas. Saturday nights will be here at Simmons and in Charlottetown. And with the Sunday morning games, they'll be in Montague. A little closer via the ferry for the Nova Scotia teams, while it runs, of course. Now Godkin takes through center. He's got Jackson Gardner and Langell with him. Some 2 big wingers there for now Langell. Will try to sneak that out through. Levat has the post sealed. Another shot missing the net to the left of Levat. Collision at the blue line, but the puck escapes. Now the Jets are temporarily offside, and Quinn McDonald will go back for it. He'll backhand that to Langell. In behind the goal for the Jets, Blair Francis. McDonald escapes so that he's being pressured there by Francis. He'll get that up to Gardner. Gardner going cross ice. Nice tape-to-tape pass, finds English. He'll dump in as the Dukes will go for a change. We played 6 minutes here in the opening period. 1-0 Cape Breton Jets. And a stoppage in play there. Other games happening today. The Western Rebels are entertaining the Cape Breton Highlanders. 2-0 there. Both teams are 2-2. And as well, the Fundy Thunder are visiting the Voyageurs. And that one is 1-0 Fundy in the first period. And that's all I can tell you. 3 games on this evening as Levat will smother that one. The Dukes out shooting the Jets at this point 5-2. Although the Jets capitalized on an excellent scoring opportunity, and the second one was perhaps even better, but shut down on the breakaway. Now is a shot that just missed again. Ohio trying to shoot over the backhand of Levat. Kept in, smart move by Elward to control that and push it back in. Now they're going to try to get a whistle there. Levat covered that up, although it did seem to be loose from my vantage point. Every just joining us, letting you know that all games now in the U16 Nova Scotia AAA Hockey League are being broadcast through the organization of High Button Sports. And now here's a chance shot that missed again. Duke's getting opportunities, can't seem to track the net. Ben Guthrow shoots back the other way, and that's pulled outside as Black will return some pressure on him. McCormick. And that's going to be a penalty going towards McCormick with a chop of the feet. And we'll get our first man advantage as McCormick will go. So tripping to McCormick. And that will send the Jets to their first penalty.
You got it, cross check.
And an additional 2 for a cross check, in fact. So double minor to McCormick. Duke's penalties to number 6, Colin McCormick. 2 minutes for tripping and 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's McCormick, 2 minutes for tripping and 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty was 6:59. Now Hartman finds English, had to take that on his backhand. Ward in there, as well as Lee. Puck finds its way back to McDonald. Cross ice, through the feet. And now English will go one-on-one. English trying to take some time off the clock. He'll go in there against McDonald. English, a nice job for checking, tying up his man and killing some valuable time off the clock. English doing a great job behind the goal. And behind there for the Jets is Guthrow. He'll come away with it. Nice job by Mason English. All the way through. Lewis. Pushed back down the ice by Quinn McDonald. We approach the halfway mark of the penalties. Jets set up behind their own goal. And here's Lewis, the goal scorer. He's interrupted by Broussard. A backhand attempted by Sam Dunn. Goes as far as the Jets line. Now Jador pushes in. McDonald will intercept that. Gets it to center. Now it's picked up by Broussard. He's going to go one-on-one with LeBlanc. There's Broussard. He's upended as well. And that will nullify the penalty. As with almost 9 minutes played, the Dukes will now at least nullify for a moment. And the pressure there by Broussard to take on LeBlanc. And that results in a tripping penalty. And the Dukes score! There's the even up goal. Scored by number 21, Jackson Gardner.
21-11, 14.
That's Gardner's second of the year. Cape Breton penalty to number 6, Stefan Leblanc. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty was 9:54. That's LeBlanc for tripping at 9:54. Eastern Duke's goal, his second of the season, scored by Jackson Gardner. Assists go to number 11, Jackson Bowering. And to number 14, Campbell Dunn. That's Gardner from Bowering. And Dunn, time of the goal is 9:05. Now Murnahan sent in. Can he squeeze through the D? No. We're playing 4-on-4 hockey now with some ice time, some ice space to work with for both teams. Godkin roughing it up behind the goal. Long in front of the Jets. Now Murnahan pushes that back in. He'll find Godkin. Takes a bump in the far corner. We pass the halfway mark. A shot. Elward scores! Gibson Elward! Elward was left all alone and made no mistake about it.
5-7-9.
The Dukes now take control. And the birthday boy, Kipton Elward, with his second goal of the season. Duke's goal, his second of the season, and on his birthday, scored by number 5, Kipton Elward. Assists go to number 7, Cohen Godkin, and number 9, Nash Langell. That's the birthday boy Elward from Godkin and Langell at 10:49. So a flurry of activity now as Mason English works. He'll center it back in. I believe Levat got that, and it's now tied up behind the goal. So just like that, the shots on goal are 9-2 in favor of the Dukes, and they are looking to avenge last week's loss in a hard way. Shot, Levat will see that all the way. Quality of goaltending in this league is high. Goalies can see it, they can usually stop it. Now decision, Arsenault is going to make the turn. He'll backhand it off the boards, try to find himself with the pass. Now that'll go back to McLennan. Long pass intercepted by by Leblanc. He'll go across, and that's a nice pickup there by Henry. Big William Henry's got some skating room. He'll go left, try to push his way through. Guthrow backhands that to LeBlanc, a dangerous move. Levat will tip that behind. The hard skating Hartman is there. 7.5 minutes to go in period number 1. 2-1 Eastern Dukes on their home opener. That's Broussard, will go back. McDonald just going to chip that through, hoping for a redirection. And Levat's first to it, he'll push that into the corner. Now that's between Lee and LeBlanc, trying to decide who's going to take it. Lee tries to chip it through, it hits a Duke's leg. And the Jets are struggling a little bit now in their own zone. As Campbell Dunn backhands that out to McDonald. He'll go side ice. Bowering across, nice pass, Dunn with a shot, and that's a nice save by Levat. Face-off will be to Levat's right. Shot miss and net. Oh, Levat was down, and that was Godkin trying to chip that in. Godkin with possession, a little delay. His shot misses. The rebound is there. Levat will be back to cover. With that, certainly the busier of the two keepers so far. Shot right on! Bent the twine, but on the outside of the net. Dukes now with control of the game. Time of possession is definitely favoring them in the offensive zone. Now out comes 25, McDonald. Francis will chip that ahead. Murnahan with a nice move. He's being pressured by Jador. McDonald sidesteps, a nice move to get through Francis. Now Francis can't get the stick away. Nice stick check by the Dukes. Gardner, who was back, and offside is the call. Offside delay now. Sam Dunn's going to chip that high. Back for it will be Pemberton. He'll go behind his own net. Now that's Campbell Dunn. He'll push that through. No relation, not even spelled the same way, are the two Dunns. That's tipped in front. That was Guthrow able to get that out for the Jets, and back comes Crowley. He stays onside. Guthrow. Toe drag shot on McCausland. He makes a nice save, and the rebound is scooped up by the Dukes. Good battle as they work it into neutral territory. McLennan's going to backhand that into the gear of defenseman Colin McDonald. Back come the Jets. Guthrow. Back and forth with Parker Lee. And the Dukes are going to skate it out. That's Sam Dunn, hit center. They'll cross the blue line. Gently throw that the way of Lavad as we'll get a whistle. 15:30 played in period number one. Eastern Dukes with a 2-1 lead. That shot from the point. Lots of shots getting through. Now McDonald, you're going to have to push back. Out come the Jets. Big hit there on Morrison. And in deep will be Ward. Ward with possession. Circling. Back to the point. He hits Black. That missed the net. Ward again. Back to McDonald. Kept in on the blue line. Push back in. Simmons is there. Arsenault now pushing down the right side. Arsenault. Arsenault still with possession. He'll go side ice. McCormick tried to see Broussard side of the net, and that just missed. Shot, that was redirected. Levat may have gotten a piece of that. McCormick with the one-timer, that missed. Bowering pinches in. McCormick finds a side open net. McCormick, it's in! McCormick, the captain, was chatting with his father before the game, and a bit of a slow start for McCormick. But that'll help get him going. Duke's goal, his first of the season, scored by number 6, Colin McCormick. Assists go to number 11, Jackson Bowering. And to number 23, Dion Broussard. That's McCormick from Bowering and Broussard. Time of the goal is 16:51. And the Dukes now will go on the power play as Lewis will sit for cross-checking. Jets penalty to number 55, Coda Lewis. 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's Lewis for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 17:03. Dukes with only a 9% power play scoring rate. Last year they were, if not, I think they were first in the league all the way through. That'll change as we get more opportunities for them, of course. Now there's a battle behind the goal. Knocked down by a high stick. So with the high stick now, that face-off will be outside the Dukes' territory. With time to work now, 70 seconds. On the penalty to Lewis. Dukes with a 2-goal lead, looking to make it 3 before the period expires. Hartman will go across. Nice pass. Elward with a heavy shot. And that'll miss. English is there to keep it in. Try it again. And that's up into the mesh. Maybe off Pemberton. So good defense there by the Jets as we've reached well over the halfway mark of the man advantage for the Dukes. Goals by Gardner, Aylward, and McCormick have the Dukes the 3-1 leads. Lois replied early, 14 seconds into the game for the Jets to get them going. Henry pushes through. That'll land softly on McCausland. He'll backhand that to Godkin, who's back. Just 20 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Godkin starts out, offers that to Henry. He'll go across ice to Green. Backhands that to McLennan. As Lewis is ready to rejoin the Jets. One more chance for the Dukes. Last minute of play in the first period. Now Lewis is wide open if the Jets can find him, and they do. It's going to be a foot race. Lewis again. Can Henry catch him? Put some pressure. Lewis in tight, and McCausland got a pad on that, I believe. Lewis out of the penalty box, had a clean look. And now Green bumps his man, Smith McNeil. Green at the end of the shift, able to get that out. Now he'll go for a change. Push back in with just 20 seconds to go. Dukes of fresh legs coming. And McDonald jumping in from the defensive line. Langell kept that onside. Nice stick lift by Simmons. And Lee now takes a big bump from Bowering just outside the blue line. And now Bowering and his number mates, that's Simmons, are going to have conversations. And it looks like there'll be nothing come of that. Both teams are going to head to the respective dressing rooms with the Dukes holding a 3-1 lead. Shots on goal after the first period, 17-4 in favor of the Dukes. We will step away for a moment here from Simmons Sports Center Please rejoin us for period number 2, Nova Scotia Under 16 AAA hockey action from Simmons Sports Center in Charlottetown. Welcome back to Nova Scotia Under 16 AAA hockey action from beautiful Simmons Sports Center here in Charlottetown. My name is Mark Rooney for High Button Sports, where the Eastern Dukes have jumped up to a 3-1 lead after one. Goals from McCormick, Aylward, and Gardner have the Dukes with a 3-1 lead, replying for the Cape Breton Jets. Coda Lewis, his fourth of the season, 5th point. The Dukes, once they found their feet, really controlled possession, and they are, in terms of zone possession. So we'll see now, the Jets, after traveling, they have a little bit of a rest between periods, and we'll see what they can provide here in period number 2. A special welcome to all those joining us from Cape Breton area. There's a wide swath. I was looking at the communities from which your Jets are from. That takes in a wide swath, lots of traveling to play hockey, but it's well worth it. Face off between Lewis and Campbell Dunn, and it's won by Lewis. He'll push that back to Seth Black. Right in front again now. Backhand Dunn. Nice save, Levat. The rebound was there. Kept in by Sam Dunn. He'll lug it around the corner. Slips through, and we'll have a penalty now coming up. And this one's going to go against number 67, Jador of the Jets. Ripping call as Sam Dunn was taken down offensively. So that will put their Dukes onto the power play for their second. Cape Breton Jets penalty to number 67, Colton Jador. 2 minutes for tripping. That's Jador for tripping. Time of the penalty, 25 seconds. Now it'll come back to Quinn McDonald. He'll go side with that. Picked up by Campbell Dunn. Over to Jackson Bowering. Nice stick work there by Goudreau.
I'm so sorry.
Bowering will work down. Nice job by the Jets. They're able to find Crawley, perhaps, excuse me. Quinn McDonald with a move as Crawley pushes him, or Guthrow pushes him. Sam Dunn able to collect that in his feet. Tried to redirect it up to Broussard, and the Jets will send it the other way where Bowering will take over halfway through the penalty to Jador. Now the Jets working one-on-one. Blocked by Bowering. McCausland didn't see the puck. Now Guthrow trying to find his teammate deep. And Campbell Dunn escapes through center. Dunn's got teammates. Trying to find Sam Dunn, looking for the rebound. Nice job by Daniel Levat to collect that one. His 19th shot that he's been facing here in the first minute. Second minute of the second period. 31 ticks left in the penalty to Jador. Henry couldn't get that through the feet. Green now in a stick battle, won by the Jets. Ward will push some pressure on Henry. And that's Mason English. We'll go back to Henry. Good forechecking by LeBlanc. English as the penalty expires. Green now. He works his way in, looking for hopefully redirection. Gardner couldn't keep up to it. English back in the corner. He'll take a bump from Pemberton. And Hartman, strong as anybody on his skates. Green pushes that back in. Just outside the blue line, and Henry is forced to. Pemberton takes control for the Jets. Hartman will bump him, forcing the Jets deep. Breton. And the Dukes with some good forecheck as Henry will pinch in. Jets having a hard time getting it past their ringette line, and there they come. There's Jador. Oh, he'll take a heavy hit from Green. He's back up, however, pushing away is Jador. Working on Henry. That was the heaviest hit of the night. And a little mix-up in front of the Jets bench. Dukes are pushing. Moynihan, his shot was wide. Moynihan will get it in behind. English in front, waiting for the pass. And the Jets able to clear that out. Now McLennan pushing down the right side. Dukes with some impressive offensive zone pressure. McCormick and a good stick by Levat. Keep that from getting to the stick. Now it's out. Aylward and Moynihan will be back for it. Of course, the Dukes under new coaching status this year. Assistant coach from last year, William Proud. And high stick there offside, perhaps. William Proud takes the reins as the full-time head coach. And Will Proud is a great guy for that job, of course. Assistants Riley McDougall and Keegan Mitchell jumping in to help as assistants as well, in return of Simon Hoffley, goaltender coach. The Dukes have been a strong organization, of course, of the last 2 seasons, winning the provincial title here in dramatic fashion against their nemesis, the arch rival Western Rebels, in Game 7 in both series the last 2 years, and then literally seconds and inches away from winning 1, if not 2, Maritime League titles. And so they have one goal in mind this year, and that is to finally bring home that Maritime title. And a heavy hit. This is going to go against the Jets again. The door right back. So slashing against the door, and clearly that's the last thing the Jets need at this moment, but as they try to find their way back here. Jets penalty to number 67, Colton Jador. 2 minutes for slashing. That's Jador for slashing. Time of the penalty is 5:04. Dukes will work it around. Try to get the chip in front. Nicely picked up by McDonald. He'll clear that the length of the ice. Bowering, backhands it to McCormick. A give and go. Back to Bowering through center. Godkin couldn't grab the handle, but now Langell will start out. Godkin takes the blue line, gets deep into Jets territory. 50 seconds gone in the penalty to Jador. Quinn McConnell feeds Godkin. He's got a side shot. Hits the post. Hits the post. Wow. McDonald had a really good look at there. The rebound was there as well. Nicely scooped up by Levat. Wow, McDonald, nice move and a good look. Through some legs in traffic. 21st shot on net from the Dukes with 59 seconds gone in the penalty to Jador. Face-off will be Campbell Dunn versus Ben Guthrow, who's impressed me so far with his two-way play. And that's past the stick of Henry all the way back. Will go Green. Green can't get the handle. Guthrow Being a bit of a menace out there for the Jets, in a good way for his team. .30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Henry. Give and go with Campbell Dunn. Back to Henry. Getting some pressure from the forechecking of Crowley. In the perimeter. Sent back in. Sam Dunn now. Leaves that for Green. They'll exchange places. Just a few seconds left off a skate. And sent to 200 feet from the Jets. As Jador will rejoin. And we're back to full strength. 7 minutes and change gone in period number 2. Eastern Dukes 3, Cape Breton Jets 1. Now Dunn takes a fast pass. Trying to find Dunn with a look. And a nice shot by Levat again. Dunn had the pass option, chose to shoot. He must have seen something. And Levat closed the door on that one. Off to the right of Levat. That one slips through. And all the way down the ice. That was through the legs of Henry. Western Rebels now, always interested to see how our island league mates are faring. They're 2-1 lead now against the visiting Cabot Highlanders. They'll do it all again tomorrow as well. And the Dartmouth Voyageurs remain down 1-0 to the visiting Fundy Thunder. Back comes Lee, one-on-one, he's got help. Crowley trying to get their pass. And Hartman may have gotten a stick all the way back, Blake Hartman. English goes back the other way, 2-on-1, English, shot, crossbar! Up and above was English with the crossbar. Pair of 2-on-1s both ways, good action. Middle of period number 2. No scoring in period number 2, all 4 goals in the first frame. Jets will come away with it. Bowering will push them right back in. Back forward will be McDonald. Giving chase is Connor Arsenault. McDonald sends it around to Stevens. And he's able to get it into center ice territory. And McDonald now with a good move. Up in front of his bench, he'll take a bump. Kept in now. Stevens finds Simmons in deep. McCormick will pick that up. Backhand up and along the wall. Chipped ahead by Arsenault. Broussard can't control it. McCormick does. Nice save by Levat. Right on. Another one. It's loose. By Arsenault was right there. 2 good chances for the Dukes. Out shooting the Jets at a 24-4 clip. They are determined to avenge that loss from last week, Saturday in Memberton. We approach the halfway mark of period number 2. Clean win. Back to Green. Henry on the stick. Nice kick save. Levat's got it. Can't get the rebound cleared. quick left leg by Daniel Levat. Now the Jets trying to decide who's going to go get it. That's Penny. He'll go across to Francis. Hits Lewis, the goal scorer for the Jets. Tipped ahead, but not out. Kept in by Langell. Still in. And Dukes will go D to D. There's Green. There's some skating room. He'll chip it in deep. Levat out to collect it. He's worked on pressure there by Godkin. Home opener here for the Eastern Dukes. They played 4 games already. 3-1 record they bring into this. Wrapped around, Penny the shot. Quick save on the short side by McCausland. Back in behind Levat. Francis comes back. Francis shot. McCausland got a stick on that. Steers it into the left corner. Kipped in Aylward, who scored. Levat will push that right back up. And Black headmans that along to Francis. He can't control it. And he'll come back the other way. Green. Backhanded. Score! It's in! A nifty play and a nifty shot. Seems to be some confusion, but the referee is going to say it's in. Second of the game. Duke's goal, his second of the game, scored by number 5, Kipton Aylward. Assist to number 10, Sam Dunn. That's Aylward from Dunn. Time of the goal is 11:14. So Aylward was able to find the top shelf. The Jets disagreed. The man in the black and white said it's a good goal, so we'll go with it. And the Dukes have opened up a 3-goal lead with the birthday boy's second of the night. Bernahan trying to get that redirected through center. Now 3 Jets make their way through. Pemberton, a good battle along the boards with McLennan. Oh, nice skate work there by Lee to keep that from going any further ahead. Dukes are offside. Pass attempt from the Jets picked up by English, and Levat's behind the goal to stop it. Deep again in Jets territory are the Dukes. Center dangerously in front. 7 minutes left to go here in period number 2. Hartman back for it all the way. As his defenseman got caught up. Broussard now. There will be no penalty there. As McDonald is hauled down. That centering pass will find its way to Bowering at the point. He'll chip it in behind Hartman. Looking for help. Broussard banks that behind the net. And behind from McDonald, and the Jets will clear that. Nice job by English to keep it temporarily in. Now Morrison comes back for the Jets. Now there'll be a penalty towards the Dukes. hooking call against Dion Broussard. Will give the Jets a bit of an opportunity here to try and crawl their way back into this one. They'd love to cut the lead in half. We've got 3 finals in the league. Fundy Thunder held on to their lead and actually scored an overtime victory against the Voyageurs 3-2. And the Rebels held on for a 2-1 lead as they extend their record to 5-2. And earlier, the Kings Hockey Club defeated the Moncton Thunderbirds 5-2. Duke's penalty to number 23, Dion Broussard. 2 minutes for hooking. That's Broussard for hooking at 17:48. Crowley works in. Gonna leave that for the point for Guthrow. He's been busy tonight. McDonald trying to hold the puck in behind. Jets working back to Guthrow. Lewis couldn't handle it, and it goes the length of the ice off the stick of Captain Colin McCormick. Long pass across the ice, now Guthrow. He'll dump it in behind goaltender McCausland. Henry will be first to it. It maybe landed on the net, and there's the whistle. 48 seconds to go, and the man advantage for the Jets. They would love to score one more at least and get their way halfway to the Duke's lead. So High Button Sports is teamed with the Nova Scotia Under-16 League here, providing all games right through New Brunswick and PEI, as well as all of the games in Nova Scotia as they formerly had. So we're happy to have them associated with the league. There's a shot. McCausland's going to see that all the way. LeBlanc put that one in from the point. And 34 seconds left to the man advantage for the Jets. Dukes again are home tomorrow, and home is, of course, in Montague. That'll be an 11 o'clock start. We hope you'll be able to join us again. Good battle behind the goal as there's 20 seconds left. Great penalty killing in there from Cohen Godkin. Taking time off the penalty to Broussard. Now just 10 seconds left. Simmons. He'll wind up. He'll push it in behind the goal. Penalty to Broussard is over, and the Dukes are back to full strength. Shot, point. Where is it? McCausland has it. Good quick release from Pemberton on the point. McCausland saw that one all the way. And he'll collect that for his 7th save of the evening on 8 shots. That's Lewis. He'll go across. Good reception by McDonald. It's a tough pass to handle. He did a good job with it. Now Lewis has it back. Now Jador. He'll circle. Penetrates Duke's territory. Jador still with the puck. Good stick handling. He'll center that. Just out of reach. Just out of reach. Now McDonald finds Jador again through center. Stolen by Langell. Stick check there by Stevens. And Ty Murnahan will race back. Intercepted, dangerous, trying to get through the pads. McCausland was Johnny on the spot for that one as, Murnian lost the handle. Back on the Dukes. A good stick by Levat, he's down, he's got it. Excellent work by goaltender Levat to prevent the 5th goal. Working with the stick and the pad. Throw in English will be the face-off combatants. 3 minutes left in period number 2. Chipped, kept in nicely. That's Quinn McDonald. He'll work his way down the line. And sliding through and onside. Now Lee takes it from Crowley. Tried to get it across to Guthrow. Nice stick move there, and English has got the puck. Now Lee, can he split the D? Trying to get through Bowering. Followed up, Crowley, go side, back to Crowley, shot! Excellent stick work there by the Jets. Some back and forth passing to create a lovely opportunity, and that just missed the glove side. Hartman's in deep. In front! McLennan bangs in with McDonald. McLennan with possession. In the corner to the left, the goaltender Daniel Levat. Cross ice to the feet of McDonald, Quinn McDonald. Oh, a big save, one-timer off the stick of McLennan. Levat with his best save of the night. Great setup by the Dukes, and Levat was huge. Mr. and Mrs. Levat, your little boy's having a great game tonight. Guthrow tries to get it in front. There's a shot. And Hudson Crowley just didn't get enough stick on that. Intercepted by Bowering, and he'll chip it in as the Dukes make changes. Just 1 minute to go. Open net, scores! Arsenault swung around and found the net as Levat was sprawled out.
12 assists. An Islanders game. An Islanders game.
Duke's goal, his 3rd of the season, scored by number 12, Connor Arsenault. Unassisted. That's Arsenault at 19:01. We're into the final minute of play. And the Dukes extend their lead and come back looking for more. Now the Jets, undeterred, still striving, still driving. We're into the last half minute of play. English behind McDonald. Henry behind McDonald. McCausland in the Duke's goal. There are more McDonald's here than a... And there's the end of the period. Dukes have extended their lead to 5-1 with goals by Arsenault and the second of the game by Kipton Elward. Shots after 2 periods of play, 31-10 in favor of the Eastern Dukes. Again, we'll be back. We hope you will be too for period number 3 from Simmons Sports Center in Charlottetown. Nova Scotia under 16 AAA hockey action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ice, your Eastern Dukes! And welcome back to you who are joining us through High Button Sports. My name is Mark Rooney, along with Sean McCormick on the camera. Live from Simmons Sports Center in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, where the hometown Eastern Dukes in their home opener have opened up a 5-1 lead on the visiting Cape Breton Jets, hoping to avenge a 4-3 loss in Member 2 last Saturday. Game 2 of this weekend series will go tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock from Montague, Prince Edward Island towards southeast. A little closer to the bridge for the Jets who will be traveling, to the ferry who will be traveling back home via Northumberland ferries, I understand. Special welcome into their fans, the followers, and family who are watching tonight, as well as all the Dukes regulars. Welcome back for another season, season number 3 of Eastern Dukes hockey. We're all set for puck drop, period number 3. English and Lewis will do the honors. As referee Michael Kiley gets us going, and Hartman breaks in down the right side. Hartman will lug that behind the goal. Being close, Levat's been busy and been spectacular by times. There's a shot all the way back out to Quinn McDonald. He's going to release it into the breadbasket of Levat, who will cover up for the first test of period number 3. Tomorrow the Dukes will be back on the road again as they travel to back to the Halifax area to visit the Voyageurs and the Buccaneers, the west and east of the Halifax area. A lot of road games for the Eastern Dukes early on. Now they're pushing in English, tried to get that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eastern Dukes would like to thank the following player sponsors for their generosity: Marcan Woodmillers, Phillips Auto Sales, Mr. Plumber, MCO HVAC, BNC Shellfish, and Live for Today Pool, Spas, and Saunas. McCormick with the face-off battle against Guthrow. Must find out before the weekend's over if he's a connection to the late great singer-songwriter Bruce Guthrow in the Sydney area. That's McCormick. He's going to battle against Pemberton. Trying to slip through was the Duke's McLennan. He'll go back to Aylward with 2 on the night. The birthday boy with a pair of goals. Murnahan, go opposite corner. Pemberton as McLennan tries to work in there. Back, but Murnahan will push it back in. Left by Arsenault. And right on. A little rebound there from Levat, but no harm from it. And Lee will go back into the corner, swing that back around for Crowley. Aylward will float that in. It lands on the leg pad of Levat, excuse me. Dukes with a lot of offensive zone possession now as the Jets are able to clear that and get some breathing room and a change. No icing. All fresh water on the ice surface will slow down Murnahan. He can't get that puck flowing. Now the Dukes are up with it. Dunn crossing with Arsenault. Broussard in there. Broussard with a shot right on, looking for the rebound, was done. Now Campbell Dunn chips it in. Sam Dunn shot right on, blocker save from Lovat, steers it into the corner. Back to Dunn, he'll one-time that and it'll be wide. Green's gonna push in. And that's high. Face-off is going to be to the left of Lovat. Face-off won by the Dukes, controlled. Shot, Sam Dunn, whistles wide. Henry now. They'll just push that back in as the Dukes clear the zone. They'll push right back though. 3 Dukes led by Broussard, Dunn and Dunn. Perhaps those fellows should open up an accounting firm at some point. Jets are going to be offside. Ward is going to have to circle back. He's back all the way with Stevens. That would be knocked down with a high stick. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dukes would like to thank the following players, sponsors. McKenna's Brothers Limited, RBC Wealth Management, Dominion Securities, EMC and Tire Mechanical Electrical Contractors, McKenna's Pharma Choice, Hanson Electric, Quick Stop Stratford, and Dyra Holdings Incorporated, as well as Earthform Landscape Professionals. Thank you all for your generosity. Big hit by McDonald on Penny. Now Gypsy doodling his way through his Guthrow with Penny on the right wing. Penny trying to center that in front. Back to Penny, intercepted by McDonald. Trying to wrap that up the side. And now Bowring escapes. Godkin leaves that for Langell. His stick was lifted neatly by Crawley. Penny, McDonald kicks it ahead to himself. He'll work in the right corner. In front, tight. McCausland's got the post sealed and he'll dive on it for the save. McCausland certainly the quieter of the 2 goaltenders this evening. .431 played in period number 3. The Dukes, it's fair to say, are in control of this one at the moment. Still 15 and change to go, however. Back to Pemberton. His shot will be steered by the right pad of McCausland and picked up by Hartman. He'll skate through center. He'll chip it in past LeBlanc. Hartman will be first to it as well. He's a dandy skater. All the way back, and Bowring can't hold that one. Here comes Jador, pushing him. Back to McDonald. Hey! Nice like backhand pass by McDonald through the center. And English now with Hartman and McLennan. Take the offensive zone for the Dukes. English escapes the scrum with the puck. He'll go behind the net to Hartman. Banks that back to Bowring. Excuse me, Aylward, and that's right on Lovat. Smart to stand on that one and collect that. Nice crowd on hand here at Simmons for the home opener for the Dukes. The previous 2 years, all home games were played in Montague, Prince Edward Islands. We're spreading out the Dukes home games throughout Queens County, of course, the heart of the island here in Charlottetown, and the capital of Kings County, Montague, Prince Edward Island. That'll be tomorrow morning's game at 11. We hope you're able to fry up some eggs, make some pancakes and coffee, and sit back and enjoy. If you're not able to get to the rink in person, we'd love to have you here on High Button Sports. Oh, that's past Aylward into the skates, however, of the referee. And Aylward, as McLennan clears the zone, the Dukes will be onside again. Aylward across from Murnahan. tall defensive pairing will go back and forth to one another. English, some nice stick work to escape some trouble. Parker Lee trying to get through on that one. Shot, and McCausland's going to steer that high and out of play. 7:28 played in period number 3. Dukes with a 5-1 lead. Oh, that one got through and just missed. Not sure McCausland can see that one. Jets will go back and forth between D. It's picked up in the center zone by Arsenault, and stick check by McDonald on McCormick, excuse me. Wrapped around, Morrison's looking for that pass for the Jets in front of his own bench. Dukes can't keep it in, but they clear the zone. Here comes Broussard, in tight, Broussard! And a lovely work by Lavat. The Jets will ice the puck with 12:49 to go. Nice work by Broussard to work his way in all tight on Lavat. It's a quick turnaround for these teams. A Saturday night game. It's a late start, probably 8:15 by the time we started this evening with a bit of a pre-game ceremony to introduce the team. There's a tip by McCormick, and what a beauty. Redirected by McCormick over the glove of Lavat, who had no chance.
6:15:23.
Duke's goal, his second of the night and second of the season, scored by number 6, Colin McCormick. Assist to number 15, William Henry. And to number 23, Dion Broussard. And there's another quick one again. McCormick putting on a show tonight. So McCormick with his second in 21 seconds, and third of the night. The hats may come pouring down. He's putting on a show. Grandma's in the house. She's pretty proud of her little boy, the captain. Duke's goal, his third of the evening, scored by number 6, Colin McCormick. Assist to number 15, William Henry. And to number 12, Connor Arsenault. That's McCormick from Henry and Arsenault. Time of the goal is 7:37. So McCormick putting on a show in the home opener. Scoreless for the first 4 games, and now he's 3. In fact, 2 in the last 21 seconds. And Lavat smothers that one for the save. So McCormick, not only with the honor of being introduced as the 3rd captain in Duke's history, getting a chance to bring the provincial trophy and banner out on the ice, and he put his money where his mouth is with 3 goals this evening, and we're not done yet. Gardner trying to chip that through, stopped by Jador, forcing the Dukes back. In comes Lewis, the goal scorer, We got the Jets going. There's an errant pass, but picked up by Francis. Lewis was offside temporarily, pushed ahead by McDonald. Onside. Oh, it is offside. That's what my former referee's eye would have said offside as well. And now a conversation going on between Godkin and some of the Jets. (42-14), a 3-1 margin in favor of the Dukes in terms of the shots. Tipped ahead by Elward. Godkin will be there. Back forward is Stevens with Godkin on him. Like a fruit fly on a bad banana. He's all over him. Stevens. Murnahan through. Stevens is back. Here comes Langell now. Stevens a nifty move behind his goal to escape the forecheck of Langell. However, that clearing attempt was lofted high. Nice work by Stevens for the Cape Breton Jets. Langell will get it back to Elward. He'll go across to Murnahan. A shooting lane off the leg. Nice block by Lee of the Jets. Dukes keep it in, and that one will be high up off the mesh as well. We're past the halfway mark of period number 3. Tomorrow, of course, the Jets and Dukes will tee it up again. The Thunder will visit the Armada. Highlanders and Rebels will have a rematch at noon tomorrow. That's in Tyne Valley, Prince Edward Island. The Thunderbirds will head to the Valley to face the Wildcats. And that is tomorrow's action. Ward trying to make some progress for the Jets. They'll chip it in deep. It'll land on the stick of McCausland. He will cover for the whistle. McCausland tested early with a shot off the stick of Coda Lewis that evaded him, and he made a lovely breakaway save moments later early on. And those have been the biggest tests for Mason McCausland. Now Black is back. English, smart offensive player, chips at her and reminds me a lot of Colin McCormick. Not only in stature and skating ability and puck control. Hardman throwing the body around. And Gardner takes his man as well. Battle along the near boards to your camera. And out comes Ward. Going back in. However, by powering it now, the Dukes will be back. Jets on the fly, changing. Chipped ahead neatly by Quinn McDonald. That'll push that deep. That's Gardner in against the defenseman LeBlanc. LeBlanc and the goal scorer Lewis. McDonald. Cross ice pass to his D partner, Bowering. Jets trying to hit high man Francis, and that hit a body. Now picked up by Connor Arsenault. He's got one this evening. Arsenault strong in front. Levatt with a huge save again. Trust me when I say Levatt has played a dandy game. If you're not here in person, don't go by the score sheet. It says 7, but my goodness, he's made some huge saves. Lots of offensive pressure from the Eastern Dukes tonight. Now McCormick. He'll selflessly tip that back to Quinn McDonald. McCormick, the one-timer. It was a nice setup by McDonald. Back come the Jets. Jador. And banked away by McCormick. Some great passing here by the Eastern Dukes this evening. This is my first look at them in person. Now McCormick, he'll wrist one into the chest gear of Levatt, who's equal to that test. 366 seconds to go in this one. Game number 5 for the Eastern Dukes, as well as the Jets. Just outside and offside will be the call. Moynihan forced to chase back in front of McCausland. Nice move to avoid the forechecking Lee. Now that one is redirected on to McCausland. He's going to take the safe out, cover that for the whistle. 5.5 to go in the period. Face off to McCausland's left. Back to McDonald along the ice and checked into the corner. McCausland's going to glove that for the save and the whistle, and we'll tee it all up again. Dukes are able to clear that one. McDonald backhands that out of his own zone for the Jets. There's a bit of a scrum along the near boards. McDonald will bank that out now. It hits his teammate, he can't clear. He's going to skate it out now, or attempt to, and collided with Broussard. Langell was in tight, and Levatt stoned him cold. As we have played more than 15 minutes, in come the Jets. Chance right on, just missed. Henry will try to work it out. He's going to take some more time and go back under the pressure forechecking of Guthrow. The half wall to Broussard. Stick checked away from Godkin. Broussard trying to pick it up. No icing. But that'll collect that behind. Leaves that for Lewis. That will be high stick down now. That was Penny who had a high stick there. Pretty clean game overall, actually. 7 penalties assessed. Sometimes these back-to-back games with the same teams. Game 1's a little messy. Game 2 can sometimes be messier, however. Especially these two teams have seen each other now. It'll be tomorrow 3 times in the last 8 days. But a pretty easy job. 7 minor penalties. Now here's Lewis looking for number 2. Can he stretch out long enough? It's up into the chest gear of McCausland. He had to be careful to watch that one float down. Pemberton in front of the penalty box will take a bump. And Hartman with Gardner as offside. 1 step too many from the Dukes forward. Outside of the Jet zone in front of their bench, English with Ward, won by the Jets. They'll take control in their own zone. That's up to Lewis. Onside are the Jets, however the puck stolen by Hartman. Back out to center ice. Into the glove of Bowering, he'll take it. With just 3 seconds left, Bowering makes it to the hash marks but no further. English dumps it in behind, where Lee will be there. Levan will be there for the Jets. Turned over, English! A shot by Hartman and scores! Hartman, Johnny on the spot to pick up the loose rebound, and not a thing Levat could do. Levat has played himself a whale of a game, honestly, with the pressure the Dukes have put on him. Duke's goal, his first of the season, scored by number 17, Blake Hartman. Unassisted, that's Hartman, time of the goal, 17:09. So Hartman extends the Dukes lead, and this one is now officially one-sided, if it wasn't before. 46-18 are the shots. It's an offensive rout by the Eastern Dukes. And they had a loss last weekend in number 2 to avenge, and boy, did they do that tonight. Now Aylward back as Simmons had a step for a moment on him, but Aylward chased him down. McDonald on McDonald now. McLennan for the Dukes. There are a lot of mechs in this game. Back to Aylward. He'll shoot it back in. Levat had to be careful with that. Just 98 seconds to go in this one. Dukes will go to 4-1. The Jets will go to 2-3 at the rematch about 12 hours from now. Cleared away smartly by McDonald. Levat trying to find the stick. seals the pads on the ice as the Dukes were buzzing for more. The Dukes just one shy of the half-century mark in terms of shots. And we'll see a penalty here now. And that's not what we need at the end of the game. We'll get the... Broussard will get the call. He may be escorted right to the dressing room. We'll see. And that is indeed the case.
Just 4 and 10 for both. 4 and 10.
So both penalties, or both players, will be assessed. 4 minutes for head contact and a 10-minute misconduct. Colin McDonald of the Jets and Dion Broussard of the Dukes as we enter the last minute of play. Last minute of play in the third period. Penalties to the Jets, number 10, Colin McDonald, and the Dukes, number 23, Dion Broussard. Each receive 4 minutes head contact and a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties is 18:47. So about as soon as I said we had a fairly clean game, a little bit of rough stuff, just to make sure we're dealing with, just to confirm we're dealing with 16-year-olds. So just 35 seconds. Hopefully we can get through this one without anything else. Dukes with pressure still, and that shot by National Angelo whistled wide. 50 to 18 are the shots on goal now. Levat has earned himself a good night's sleep tonight. And Hartman, nice sportsmanship there by Hartman, just slowing the puck down. That was excellent. Love to see that. By the assistant captain. And the Dukes will skate away with a well-earned 8-1 victory. Levat, I'm sure, will get himself a good night's sleep, and hopefully the team will buy him lunch. And we'll do it all again tomorrow. From Montague, Prince Edward Island, final shots 50 to 18. Final shots in the period 19 to 8 for the Eastern Dukes, and the winning goaltender Mason McCausland. We thank you so much for joining us on High Button Sports this evening, and big thanks to Sean McCormick on video. We'll do it all again tomorrow from Montague, Prince Edward Island at 11 o'clock. We hope you'll be able to join us. Signing off from Simmons Sports Center this evening, my name is Mark Rooney for High Button Sports. Thank you and have a wonderful Saturday night.